it's Chloe and we're back with another video. You guys, this is Ready to Love season 7 episode 4. Go ahead and like that video for me, leave me some yellow hearts and let me know that you are here. If you're not subscribed, I want you to do something. Watch this video until the end. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you are coming back and you're already subscribed, well, hey, how are you doing today? Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and get into this review. So the episode opens up, the men are outside fishing, but it's not all the men. It's only like 4 or 5 of them. I'm like, where's the rest of the men at? I feel like some of these guys ain't getting the camera time that they deserve, like Anthony, okay? They start talking about who they feeling and stuff like that. Of course, Blake is going to say Sue, okay? Tony says he's feeling a few of the ladies, okay? Mark Anthony says Mercedes, but he's still fishing, no pun intended, because they out there fishing, y'all. That's the pun. Okay, so then Tommy shows up and asks them how are they feeling about this process, and of course they all like, oh, it's overwhelming, it's just a lie. I know it's not a lie. Y'all used to juggling women, okay? Men, y'all be used to juggling women. All of a sudden it's a lot. It's only a lot because they know about each other. That's why it's a lot, okay? So Tommy says, well, you know how this goes. You go fishing, you hope you get a catch, and then what you gotta do? Reel it in. Go ahead and reel it in. So Tommy tells them that he's throwing them a yacht party, okay? So they could really get to know each other before they send one of these women home, because y'all know a woman has got to go home this week. So before the yacht party, Mark Anthony decides that he's going to take Jeffries on a date because he wants to get to know her a little bit better. When they get there, they sit down talking, and he was like, well, I know you like to ride horses. She's like, yeah, I like to ride real animals, not that mechanical bull over there. So he takes the initiative and he decides to go first, and he's doing an okay job, an all right job. Now, Jeffries can't ride the mechanical bull. She can't ride the horse. She can't ride fake or real. Girl, can you ride? I'm just saying, like, Jeffries, what's up with you, girl? I'm sensing some type of lying going on. I'm just saying. So after they ride the bulls, they go back to sit down and talk, okay? So he asked her, what kind of man are you looking for? She said, I'm looking for a protector, a confidant, a provider, a leader. Because she's a nurturer and a giver, and she wants someone that's going to reciprocate that back. She tells him that she's 100% mommy. And she wants to know how he feels about, blending families. Of course, he comes from a blended family, so he definitely understands it. They seem to be vibing and having a good old time. But one thing I noticed about their conversation is that she overtalks him a lot. Every time he tries to answer, it's like she kept butting it in, okay? But he did say that he's going to take it slow with her because he's never dated a woman with children. So why would you tell her that you're okay with maybe blending the family when deep down inside you're not? You need to be honest and tell her that it's something you never experienced and you don't know if you'll be able to do it, but you're willing to give it a shot, okay? Instead of just telling us that you're going to take it slow, but over in the conversation, you was just all into the blended family, all into it, okay? Blue decides to take Mercy out, and she's excited to get to know him a little bit more. We find out that she don't like nothing to do with the outside. So like, why would I want to go camping? Why would I want to go to a cabin? Why would I want to go fishing? Like, I don't have time for that. It's raccoons out there. It's possums out there. It's bugs out there. And I completely understood that. But I'm down for a little camping trip. Okay, I don't know how I would do out there, but I might give it a try. Now, fishing, I don't know, y'all. That just seemed boring to me. It just seemed boring to me, but people love it. Maybe I really got to give it a shot. We got to come out of our comfort zone. Sometimes we get so comfortable in not doing certain stuff because we be like, who doing that? Who doing that? So maybe it's something that we got to start trying. Trying going fishing and camping and cabins and all types of stuff. After that conversation, Blue pretty much put her in the friend zone, especially because she don't want no kids, okay? At that point, he was ready to go. She's just like, why make your life more complicated than it has to be when it comes to, like, adding kids to a mix? Like, I might as well go find me a man who don't have no kids and we can have our own kids. And if not, I don't want to have to be that stepmother or deal with the real mommy, input on what's happening in my household with her kids. And I understand that. So now Captain Tommy comes to meet the singles on a love boat. And he tells them that Andre has COVID, and out of the safety and respect for the others, he's going to self-eliminate. Andre, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, Andre. I honestly feel like Andre realized that this was for real when Cynthia cried into his arms. And he was like, I cannot play with these people like this, okay? I think he had a self-reflection moment where it was like, I told her I'm going to protect the heart, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going back out. I'm going back out because I know I'm about to play a game. I know I'm about to play a game, and I'm for the streets for real, okay? Cynthia's a little bit upset because she was like, I just cried into his arms, and he just going to leave me. I said, yeah, girl, that's what they be doing, just being disappointing. Just being disappointing. But I hope that he's feeling better. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe he'll be a curveball later on in the season, because I was really starting to like him. The curl braid was really growing on me. Okay, I was starting to be able to see past it and realize he had a nice smile and a cute face and all that other stuff. Then he go ahead and disappoint me. I feel like Jeffries, and I feel like Cynthia, because I'm sitting here like, boy, you was a priority to me. And you just gonna get up and leave us. But hey, it is what it is. Tommy tells them that he wants them to focus on each other, so he is taking them on a yacht party. And as we know, one of the women gotta go home this week, so y'all go ahead and get to know each other for real, for real. Anthony and Cynthia are talking, and she's telling him that she always tells ladies that if a man has kids and they don't change him, then he's not going to change. And I was like, I could understand that, because if your kids can't make you see life in a different perspective, then nothing else will do it. Not no woman, not anything, okay? Only Jesus himself could come down and make you feel different about something if your kids can't do it. But Anthony's one of those fathers where he shows his daughter how to be loved and treated by a man. So he and her are like on the same playing field. She says that she feels as if he's a male version of her. I say, wow. That could be good and that could be bad. So we already know that they have a good chemistry. It's very natural. And I was saying here, like, I didn't see this happening. And I would like to see more Anthony. I feel like Anthony gets thrown to the back. Maybe he's about to really like step forward once we start dwindling down from these guys. Because for real, I'm tired of all of them. Some of these guys need to go. Like Blake needs to go. I'm really not feeling Tony too much either. Like, I just don't understand. It's not like they're just not giving what needs to be gave to me. Okay? Jeffries is over there rebounding with Mark Anthony and DeMario because Andre is gone. So now she just got to go find her next pick. And I'm not mad at her, because you can't sit around waiting for somebody who left you. Blake goes and steals Susu because he wants to thank her for being in his corner doing elimination. And he gives her a cute little old watch. Right then and there, Sue was like, give me my cape, because I'm Captain Saber Blake. Captain Saber Blake. That is too funny to me, and I just came up with it. All right. So Morgan and Tony are catching up, and she's torn between him and Lyndon. She's really trying to figure Tony out, because she says she feels as though like he's just smooth and everybody kind of wants him, so he's just playing the field. And she want to make sure that he's for her, okay? One thing I will say about Morgan is that she looks like a brat doll. When I was looking at her confession, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. Like, her face is so round and her lips are nice and full. It's like, oh, she's like a little doll. But Tony says that he feels like she's very insecure. He needs her to like be confident. And I'm like, she can't be confident because you're not stepping up to the plate. You're not really showing her that she's the one. She feels as though he's dropped the ball, because he doesn't put in the effort to come talk to her. She has to always go find him. And I'm like, of course she's going to feel insecure when there's a lot of other women around. She feels like she has a connection with you, but you're not stepping up to show her that she could potentially be the one. She said she kind of feel neglected in a way. And I was like, oh, girl, move on for Tony. Move on from him. Go ahead. I guess go talk to Lyndon. Go talk to Lyndon, because Tony ain't it. Something about Tony just rubs me wrong, and I don't know what it is yet, but baby, when I find out, I'll let y'all know. Now, Kaveh done found Tommy's jar of questions, okay? So they like, this is fun. This is fun. We supposed to ask questions. So Kaveh has the first question, and the question is, who do you think is the best kisser here? Mark Anthony says, it's me. I'm the best kisser. But Kaveh thinks that DeMario may be a great kisser. Then he goes ahead and stick out his tongue like, okay? And she was like, put your tongue in your mouth. It's disgusting. But you blushing though. So the next question is for Mark Anthony, and he has to give a foot massage to the person he's connected to the most. So he goes and says, I got 2 people. I'm giving out 2 foot massages. He gives one to Jeffrey, and Jeffrey said, you know what? I think that if we was like really like alone and like not on the water, it would have been better. He tried though. He tried. And then he goes and gives Mercedes a little foot rub over there. And Mercedes was like, that's my man. That's my man. She didn't mind emotion in the ocean. Now Morgan gets the next question. And the question is, who do you think are the 3 sexiest people here? She said, Lyndon, Mercy. And I was like, okay, I wasn't going for the women. I thought you was going to pick all men, but I can see how you could see it. Okay, I get it. And then she said, and myself, baby, what you mean? I'm definitely one of the sexiest people here. I said, girl, you didn't answer the questions the way the questions was intended to be answered, but either way, I'm here for the answer of it all. Now, you could tell Tony was over there feeling some type of way because he just don't understand how she didn't pick him. Boy, if you don't get under my face, you're not sexy. That's why she didn't pick you. It's obvious. You're not sexy. Jeffries has the next question, and her question is, ask your strongest connection for a kiss. Child, she asked Mark Anthony. I was like, Mark Anthony is your strongest connection? I guess because Andre's not here, okay? So then he goes over and they give each other a kiss. And baby, when I tell you that Mark Anthony may be the best kisser, it was given he's the best kisser. I was like, ooh. And I would be lying if I say that Blake didn't look bothered. He did. DeMario said that he was instantly turned off because it shows lack of self-control. Baby, it's a game. It's a game and y'all all dating each other. Grow up. They wasn't effing on a boat. Lack of self-control. Get it together. So now DeMario is going to lean in towards Conveyor Belt because he realized that Jeffries is into Lyndon and she's not giving him the time of day. So Conveyor and DeMario are sitting there talking, and she just finds his attention and intentions with one woman very sexy because once he focuses in. But I will be lying if I say that they're not naturally compatible. The conversations seem to flow. They seem to be having a good old time. I was kind of here for that connection. Now, Lyndon is digging Morgan. When they were sitting on that couch and he was like, you look beautiful. And she was like, thank you, baby. And he was like, this is where I want to be. Thank you, baby. Oh, baby. I said, we at the baby stage? See, Tony, you better step it up. She already think he's one of the sexiest people, one of the sexiest people there. So you better go ahead and get it together. Blake goes and takes Jeffrey because he wants to give her the opportunity to tell him what she said and what she meant when she said it in the ladies' deliberation. He said that he was told some things that she said that was a little disturbing, and he was surprised by it. She was like, okay. He said, and I was hurt a little bit. She was like, hurt? Oh, okay. Can you explain what was said? And he was like, I don't want to get into the feedback. And then she was like, well, how am I supposed to answer your questions then, sir? And he's like, I was just letting you know that I felt some type of way about things that you had said. And she's like, well, what was it? What was it, Blake? What was it? He's like, well, you know what you said. She's like, houseway. How? Now, this is what I feel like she was playing and he was playing, because when it all comes down to it, Jeffries, you know exactly what you said. You know why he feeling some type of way. Why not just address it head on? If the man said that you was the one, he didn't like the process, he's texting you what you doing, where you at, how it's going, how long's your date, and all the other stuff that you say he's doing, why not just bring it up right there so we can get to the bottom of it? Okay? But another part of me feels like, why not just say it then? Blake, why not just say it? Why y'all both beating around the bush about what was said to each other? Y'all know what was said to each other. Y'all know how the conversation went down. So who else to have this conversation than y'all two? I pull up the screenshots. Child, the reunion gonna be a mess because I feel like we're gonna have to get down to the bottom of this whole thing, if you ask me. So somebody gonna come with some receipts, and I'm gonna be sitting right there with my popcorn waiting for it, okay? So she was like, I don't even know why you're talking to me at this point. He was like, that's a good question. That's a good question. Y'all both getting on my nerve because y'all both know what's up, okay? So meanwhile, Tony is over there talking to Jomique. Y'all, I know that y'all feel like she's a little love and hip hop-ish, okay? And she's a little rough around the edges, a little tad bit ghetto or whatever they want to call it. And I keep trying to tell y'all that you got to look past that sometimes, okay? Because she is genuinely so soft and so sweet. And when she talked about how she was in a relationship with the man and she wanted these things from him, and he said he wasn't ready to give it to her and they broke it off, and how she was giving up on love and she felt like she would never find the one. I was just sitting here like, oh, everybody needs love. Everybody needs somebody. And I love the fact that Tony just listened to her and he was supportive of her. And I was like, this is so sweet. I feel like a lot of people prejudged her, and I'm really glad that we got to see this side of her. Tony said that he's feeling a little mushy inside, okay? She was like, well, you know I like to give you the feels. I think that interaction was so sweet, okay? Meanwhile, Jeffries got to go back and find out what was going on. So she gonna go over to talk to Suwane and DeMario. Now, Jeffries, if you wasn't going to talk to Blake about what happened, leave the conversation alone. She tells Suwane that she feels like he was upset because he got caught. And she's not upset at the fact that he feel like he found someone. She's more upset because it's like, if you found someone, then don't be playing in these ladies' faces and making them feel like you like them when it's not genuine. That I can understand. But why not just say that to Blake when he was sitting there asking you what was said when you know what was said? Okay, so Suwane was like, maybe you just misinterpret what he was saying. And she was like, what are you talking about? There's no way I misinterpret what he was saying. If he's asking me what time I'm getting off, if he's telling me I'm the one, if he's telling me he hates this process, what am I misunderstanding? She said that Sue was coming in to be Captain Save a Blake, okay? And she was, all we needed was the cape. I said, baby, she put that cape on when he came in with the watch. You just didn't see it. It's there. It's definitely there. So now they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Jeffrey said, well, you could explain it better than Blake can. And she was like, I'm not explaining it better than Blake. I'm just the one who delivered the news. And he said that he didn't say that. We already can see that Suwane is all the way on Blake's side. Ain't nothing anyone can do. But I feel like Blake is playing mind games, okay? He brought her that gift because he knew that she was going to fight for him to the end. And he's hoping that she pull out the lifeline on him because he's been in the bottom for 3 times already. Has it been 3 times? It might have been 2. I'm going to just go with 3. Whatever. That's what that's about, okay? He wants her to use the lifeline on him. And that's what Jeffries basically was saying. Jeffries was like, he's just holding on to anybody, and that person just so happens to be Suwane. And that I can see is a fact. Tommy comes back and he's like, all right, y'all, let's get down to it. It's time for deliberation. Let's go, okay? So Tommy asks the man who they feeling. He wants a full captain report. Lyndon goes first and he says that he's digging Morgan. Mark Anthony says it's Jeffries for him. Anthony says Cynthia. Blake says Susu, but of course he would say that. DeMario says Kavea. Tony says Mercy and Jonique. And then Blue said Jonique. I said, I'm happy Jonique got her 2 votes in there. Come on, girl, come through. Show up for us ghetto girls, okay? But who are they not connecting with? DeMario's not connecting with Mercy or Jeffries. Mark Anthony is not connecting with Mercy or Jonique. Blue is not connecting with Mercy or Corvea. Blake is not messing with, is not feeling Jeffries. And Anthony is not feeling Jeffries or Corvea. And Linda said he definitely not feeling Corvea, especially because she said she don't want no man with no roommate. Well, he didn't say that, but we know that's what he meant, okay? Y'all, this is the first time where I heard the same name so many times. Like, literally all the men basically said Jeffries. Literally all the men basically said Mercy. And literally all the men said Corvea. I don't understand what we arguing about, okay? Because when Tommy left, the men have to deliberate on their own who they're going to send home. Now we got DeMario in there swinging, okay? He is windmilling for Corvea. He use the lifeline. I don't want to use the lifeline. Mark Anthony said, what are you talking about? What are you talking? This is early in the process. You don't know who you're going to be feeling later. Child, they was going at it. I said, child, this is the men. I wonder what is going to happen when it's time for the women to use their lifeline. Because Sue going to be in there like... She gonna be in there windmilling for that daggone Blake, baby. His plan is working. His plan is working. But anyway, back to these men. They said, I think they said that they was going to use it, okay? It kind of felt like they going to use it. And I'm not going to lie, because when I was looking at the preview, it looked like they used it, okay? So all the singles come back to meet up to see who's going home. And Tony has the opportunity to call the women up. He calls... Mercy. He says that the guys feel like you give friend vibes. Then he calls Jeffries and he says, you have a shield around you. And then he calls up Corvea and says, the men feel like you speak before you think and you need to tone it down a bit. I said, I don't don't know why we just don't send Kavaya home. I feel like more men had connections with Jeffrey and more men had connections with Mercy than they had with Kavaya. But you know, the Mario was in there windmilling for her, and then they left us on a freaking cliffhanger, and we're gonna figure out who's going home, if anyone's going home next week. Child, it's about to get hot and heavy. Because when it's time for the women to pull out that lifeline, baby, they gonna be fighting. They're going to be tussling. And I'll be sitting right here with my popcorn watching it, okay? But I really feel like we could really get down to the bottom of all of this if we could just pull up the screenshots. If the text messages is what the text messages is saying, I'm sure there's some type of paper trail that we can show to prove it. Y'all, I don't know. I really don't know. But Blake's girlfriend is speaking out about some stuff. I meant ex-girlfriend, y'all. Ex-girlfriend. Y'all. And that's going to be in a whole nother video. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell for when I upload that video. But anyway, y'all, I hope you like this video. Go ahead, hit that like button. Leave me some yellow hearts. Let me know you stopped by. Comment down below. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.